Good evening and welcome to this edition of the Evening News for today, Monday, January 16, 2023. I am Jemima Holmes. Thank you for tuning in. In the headlines this evening, billions injected into major sectors as government seeks to improve lives of Guyanese. Lengthy time courts take to deal with narcotics cases, disheartening, says CANU head. Teenagers stabbed to death at BARAMITA. Concerns of PNCR treasurer will be addressed when CEC meets, says MAHIPAUL. Cops busted with narcotics ammo during roadblock, and over 150 exhibitors on board for Energy Conference and EXPO slated for February. Now for the news in detail. In keeping with its commitment to improving the lives of Guyanese as well as enhancing the local economy to lay the foundation for the prosperity of the country, the People's Progressive Party civic government has injected hundreds of billions of dollars into major non-oil sectors. Budget 2023 was presented to the National Assembly today by Finance Minister Dr. Ashni Singh under the theme Improving Lives Today, Building Prosperity for Tomorrow. The administration's fourth national budget will also see developmental works getting underway in major infrastructure projects, such as the Model Gas to Shore project, for which a whopping 43.3 billion was allocated. Another 5.2 billion was set aside to commence preparatory works for the new bridge across the Demerara River. This falls under the massive 136.1 billion budget for the Public Works Ministry. The health sector received 84.9 billion, which will go towards infrastructure works on health facilities, as well as equipment and pharmaceutical procurement. In education, some 94.4 billion is allocated to further improve access to and quality of education across the country. The government has also pumped another 54.5 billion for housing developments in new and existing areas, including in the hinterland communities, as well as infrastructure works and more land acquisition for house lots. An additional 17.9 billion is also allocated to the water sector. For the sugar industry, 4 billion is budgeted for the Guyana Sugar Corporation, while another 300 million will go to promoting the production and productivity of rice. A teenager was in the wee hours of Monday stabbed to death at BARAMITA, Northwest District, Region 1. Dead is 18-year-old Ryan Henry, a porter of Log Hill, BARAMITA. The young man was reportedly rushed to the BARAMITA Health Center at about 3:15 hours by public-spirited persons after he was observed with a stab wound to his abdomen. The teenager was treated but subsequently succumbed to his injury. The matter was reported to the police, and based on the information received, the prime suspect was apprehended. He remains in custody and is assisting with investigations. The controversies surrounding the resignation and then return of People's National Congress Reform Treasurer Fayaz Mursalin to the party are expected to be dealt with when the party's Central Executive Committee meets. Gerald Bryan filed this report.
This is according to PNCR Executive Ganesh MAHIPAUL, who is the opposition's Shadow Minister of Local Government in Parliament. In an interview with its newscast, MAHIPAUL was asked about a phone recording that recently surfaced. In the recording, PNCR Treasurer Fayaz Mursalin told both MAHIPAUL and fellow opposition MP Roysdale Ford about his concerns with the PNCR leadership. These concerns have since been made public in a damning letter to the Central Executive Committee. MAHIPAUL described the leaking of the recording as unfortunate.
The matter is an internal party matter. It is unfortunate that the recording reached the media. I have no idea how it got out of the hands of the party, but it remains a matter for the party to deal with, and the party with its executive will deal with it at the appropriate time when needed.
During the recording, Mursalin also stressed the need for new leadership in the PNCR. It was also suggested to him by his colleagues that he should write a letter to the CEC informing them of his concerns. Mursalin resigned as treasurer of the PNCR in December of last year. However, he subsequently rescinded his resignation. Gerald Bryan, The Evening News.
Two police constables are in hot water after they were arrested in the wee hours of Monday with a quantity of ganja and cocaine as well as several rounds of ammunition during a roadblock exercise at Cove and John, East Coast, Demerara. Based on reports received at about 2:30 hours, a motorcar bearing registration number PAB 7863 pulled up at the roadblock. The driver was a civilian while the two police officers were passengers. However, the policemen who were conducting the exercise observed that their colleagues in the car were acting in a suspicious manner. As such, they requested to search the car, during which one bag containing ganja and another with cocaine were found. The cocaine, when weighed, amounted to 170 grams, while the ganja weighed 9.4 kg. A further search carried out in the motorcar resulted in the discovery of rounds of ammunition. In addition, 2.38, 2.40, and 11 9mm rounds of ammunition were also discovered. The two cops and the driver were arrested and are assisting with investigations. The Customs Anti-Narcotics Unit on Saturday last destroyed nearly 600 kg of narcotics that were seized and the cases disposed of. But CANU head James Singh said that while they are committed to curbing drug trafficking in Guyana, the lengthy time that the courts take to dispose of cases can be disheartening. Here are the details.
In 2022, CANU seized in excess of 3.7 tons of marijuana and more than 124 kilograms of cocaine. On Saturday, some 140.6 kilograms of cocaine and 454.7 kilograms of seized marijuana were destroyed by the Anti-Narcotics Unit. Additionally, a quantity of pills such as ecstasy was also among the pile that was set on fire. CANU head James Singh explained that only a portion of the narcotics were destroyed, as some of the drugs have to be kept since they are evidence in pending court cases. On this note, Singh lamented the lengthy time it takes in the court to dispose of cases.
I agree that there is always a case of persons being granted bail when found with large quantities of narcotics. I would not say poor prosecution because thanks to the Attorney General and again the police force, we have lawyers seconded to CANU for the first time to assist us in doing proper prosecutions, and also the links between narcotics, money laundering. So we're looking at it from a broader point of view. What is a bit disturbing is the fact that the time in which it takes for a case to be completed. While I do not want to criticize the judiciary, I guess there's a backlog, but it doesn't help when you arrest someone today and they're placed on bail and their case is now being called until 4 or 5 months after. It's been seen as not mocking us, but here it is, we've seized you with the drugs, we've arrested you, we've put you before the court, only for you to be placed on bail. It's a bit disheartening at times, yes.
Nevertheless, the CANU head noted that his agency will continue to work to send a strong message that the government is serious about fighting narcotics in Guyana and stop efforts to use the country as a transshipment point for narcotics trafficking. According to Singh, trafficking through the airport and the post office continues to be the most popular and constant means being used by perpetrators. However, the CANU head posited that they will continue with efforts to clamp down on traffickers in the country.
Last year would have shown that we had several seizures and arrested and put before the court several persons who have been linked to narcotics over 20, 30 years. They're currently before the court. While I wouldn't label anyone as big fish, it just demonstrates that no one is untouchable, regardless of who you are or what position you think you hold. If you're found with narcotics, you will be arrested and placed before the courts. There's a lot more collaboration now with the Guyana Police Force, the Guyana Defense Force, SOCU, in terms of sharing information, sharing intelligence that has resulted in these successful operations.
Reporting for the Evening News, Vanu Manakchand.
Coming up on the other side of the break, ex-husband accomplice plead guilty to murdering Babita Sarju and mother hands over prison escapee to police. Do stay with us.
This Christmas, give the gift of life by protecting your loved ones against vaccine-preventable diseases. The Ministry of Health's nightly vaccination campaign continues throughout December at the Ministry of Health tarmac up to 7 p.m. Mondays to Saturdays. Administration of the HPV vaccine for children begins from 9 years old. So come out, adults, and bring your children to get vaccinated against HPV. But that's not all. Since it's a season of giving, we are gifting back to school supplies to children receiving HPV and COVID-19 vaccines throughout December. Adults, gifts for you too when you are vaccinated at the Ministry of Health, Brickdam, on December 25th, 26th, and 31st from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. For more information, contact us at 226-8171 or 226-3103. Vaccinate what you create. A message from the Ministry of Health and UNICEF.
Are you a sports fan? Place your sport betting bets today for your chance to win up to $15 million per coupon. Visit any agent near you or www.superbet.gy and place your bets. Must be 18 years and older. Terms and conditions apply. Play responsibly. Superbet, your best bet.
Optic offers great patient care that is tailored for my entire family.
At Optic, a wide selection of affordable optical frames and optical services are available to fit your budget.
At Optic, my family is provided with comprehensive eye examination and access to the ophthalmology services, all under one roof.
Optic takes pride in delivering exceptional customer service and a unique experience to you, our customers.
Optic Vision Care is a company that is Guyanese born and grown that will help you take care of your precious eyes.
Did you know that when you leave your property unoccupied and unmanaged, it deteriorates much faster than you can imagine? Then before you know it, much of your hard-earned investment is wasted. At Hand in Hand Trust Corporation, property management is our business. Whether you travel for long periods, live overseas, or have several properties that require managing, let us at Hand in Hand Trust Corporation take care of this for you. Your property is safe with us. Hand in Hand Trust Corporation Incorporated, a member of the Hand in Hand Group of Companies.
Welcome back. You're watching the Evening News. Shradanand Narain, also called Anand, and Daryl Ponton, also known as Yankee, were on Monday arraigned for the murder of Babita Sarju before High Court Judge Simone Morris Ramlal. They both pleaded guilty to the charge, which stated that on November 4, 2010, at Georgetown, they murdered Sarju. Sentencing is set for February 6, 2023. The men were accused of murdering Sarju and burying her body in her husband's Seaford Street backyard. After years of searching for the woman, her skeletal remains were found on May 22, 2016. Sarju had left her home to go to the Diwali motorcade on the evening of November 4, 2010 with Narain and was never seen again. It was reported that Sarju was allegedly strangled to death by Ponton and then her body was transported to Narain's house where it was buried. Police had reported that Narain paid Ponton $50,000 to kill Sarju and promised him a trip to Trinidad. However, in May 2016, as new evidence surfaced, a team of detectives found the remains after digging in the backyard of Narain's home for more than 5 hours. Upon the discovery, DNA samples were sent overseas, which later confirmed the skeletal remains to be Sarju. The two men were represented by Nigel Hughes, while the state was led by prosecutor Muntaz Ali and others. As preparations continue for the hosting of the second annual International Energy Conference and Expo in Georgetown next month, small businesses in Guyana are being encouraged to participate in the event and take advantage of the opportunities to network with regional and international stakeholders. In this report, you will hear that over 150 exhibitors are already registered to participate.
During a press conference on Monday, CEO of the International Energy Conference and Expo, Kurt Babulal, disclosed that preparations for the event have been moving along smoothly and aggressively. He noted that the goal of this event is to drive the energy conversation and create linkages within the sector, something which small businesses can benefit from. The CEO added that the conference secretariat is willing to create special packages for small businesses that want to participate in the event.
We welcome and we look forward to the involvement of everyone at the conference. So kindly reach out. We have a variety of packages that is displayed on our website and on our app. But if any of those packages may not be suitable, please reach out to us and let us see how best we can accommodate you at the conference. The involvement of everyone is extremely important to us. And we look forward to being able to assist persons in this aspect. The secretariat doors are open to any company that may find it, that may need a unique solution from our end. So I encourage persons to kindly, call us or visit our office or secretariat.
According to Babulal, there are currently just over 150 exhibitors already signed for the February 14 to 17 Energy Conference and Expo, with a limited amount of spots available.
So there are a number of exhibitors last year that we see moving into sponsorship role this year, which is a very positive signal to us, and they see great value in participating a second time. But not only participating a second time, but participating at a higher level. From a category, we have logistics, healthcare, a number of ministries within from the government. And of course we have telecommunications and a number of companies within the energy sector who are looking to grow and see where the opportunities lie.
This year, the conference secretariat is looking to enhance the experience of participants with the introduction of a digital platform for payments through GTT's MMG facility. The head of MMG at the GTT, Babita Ram, expressed her company's delight at supporting the Energy Conference and Expo.
All of the local payments, all of the companies out there that have to buy their passes, you simply go on to the website provided by the Energy Conference. You book your passes, your tickets, whatever it is that you're buying, and then easily, seamlessly, in a matter of seconds, you make the payment with MMG. Electronically, easily, 2 in the morning, 10 in the night, whatever time you decide, you're not limited by time, you're not limited by space. You can pay from anywhere at any time.
Bishop Mohammed, The Evening News.
In keeping with commitment made to the people of North Sophia to establish a community center and create a safe space for recreation, works have commenced after the sod was officially turned and some 30 youths have already gained employment. Rupasina Ryan has the details.
The community has signed a contract with the local government and regional development ministry amounting to approximately $14 million. Local government and regional development minister Nigel Darmlal explained that this is the first phase of the project. As it progresses, more resources will be allocated. He was joined by Tourism Industry and Commerce Minister Onish Walrand and Minister within the Office of the Prime Minister Kwame McCoy.
We're happy too that they have so many young persons employed here. This project would last a few weeks. There are 30 persons employed, and it is part of government's commitment to greater collaboration within our communities. A community building will be constructed. And here is going to be a public space that is going to be upgraded for the residents of North Sophia. And another phase that we intend to pursue would be the upgrading of the play area.
Minister Walrand emphasized that once completed, the facility will be owned by the community.
By the community, it's been done by the community. It was requested by the community, and so this is through and through a community project, and it's going to be community owned. And this is going to be a space where the community has an opportunity to work together.
While it is a simple project, Minister Walrand shared that organized activities will materialize for children and a space for educational lessons. Such initiatives are also planned for senior citizens within North Sophia. Rupa Sinarayan, The Evening News.
A taxi driver was on Saturday evening gunned down by two masked men while sleeping in his Perseverance East Bank Demerara home. Dead is 37-year-old Delon Josiah, also called Milo. Initial investigations revealed that Josiah's wife was entertaining a female guest when two armed men confronted them and asked for her husband. The masked armed men held the woman at gunpoint and took them into the house as they searched for the taxi driver. They eventually entered the room in which Josiah was sleeping and shot him several times before making good their escape. Upon inspection, detectives confirmed that Josiah was shot to his right side foot, left underarm, left temple, and right side ear. Police have since recovered 4.40 caliber spent shells, 4.9 mm spent shells, 4 metal fragments, and 3 bullets from the scene. Up to news time, no arrests had been made. The overseer of the 5274 Neighborhood Democratic Council, Ravindra Das, has been fired since he was not working in the best interests of the community. Our Berbice correspondent, Andrew Carmichael, has that story.
Local Government and Regional Development Minister Niger Dharamlal confirmed that a local government commission took action after several complaints about his performance. This newscast had aired several stories on questionable activity by officials at that NDC. Among them were the removal of sands from the number 63 beach, which was then sold to contractors, but no record in the NDC's financial documents. The purchase of 250 tons of crusher run by the NDC, which engineers said was less than claimed by the overseer. Expenditure of funds from the NDC to clean the Makunda Canal, which residents said had not been cleared for years. Alleged fake receipts issued to cattle owners for the release of impounded animals, and also the soliciting of funds for Christmas parties for children. According to Dharamlal, the local government ministry has been working in accordance with the mandate given by President Dr. Irfan Ali on issues that deal with discipline. It was outlined that persons will make mistakes and have errors in judgment, but when they become a norm and detrimental, action has to be taken.
We work as part of the mandate that the President has given to us on issues that deal with high discipline. Of course, people are going to be making mistakes and committing errors of judgment. But when these become a norm and they don't redound to the benefit of people, but to the detriment of people, then I think that action has to be taken. And so there has been many complaints at the 5274 in terms of how the organization is managed, and the local government commission took action against the overseer.
The 5274 NDC is currently the largest NDC in the country. In 2016, the NDC had called for a larger subvention from the government, arguing that because of its size, it should have a larger subvention. The local government ministry has called out the NDC, saying it has not been utilizing its financial resources in the best possible ways.
We believe that splitting 5274 into two NDCs will help in better administration of the area, or now in the two areas. The NDC will be 52 to 63 and 64 to 74.
The split can only take effect with the holding of local government elections. Andrew Carmichael, The Evening News.
22-year-old Shamar Singh, who jumped out of a moving prison van on Friday last while being transported to the Lusignan prison, was handed over to the police by his mother on Monday. The 46-year-old woman of Hague Jib, West Coast Demerara, disclosed that her son made contact with her via cell phone and asked her to collect him at GPL at Vredenhoop Stelling and that he wanted to turn himself in. As such, the mother picked him up, took him to the Vredenhoop police station, and handed him over to the police. He was then rearrested and is currently in police custody. At the time of his escape, he was facing charges of simple larceny and narcotics possession. Meanwhile, Ryan Wilson, also called Pepsi, a 28-year-old of Virgin Eugene, East Bank Essequibo, who escaped with Singh, remains on the run. We'll now take a look at the bridge reports.
The Demerara Harbour Bridge will be closed to vehicular traffic on Tuesday, January 17, 2023, at 12 hours for a period of 1.5 hours. Meanwhile, the Berbice River Bridge is expected to be closed at 12 hours 20 on Tuesday, January 17, 2023, also for a period of 1.5 hours.
World Cup, James shines as WI Under-19 women beat Ireland. This and more coming up in the Sportcast, sponsored by MACORP.
This Christmas, give the gift of life by protecting your loved ones against vaccine-preventable diseases. The Ministry of Health's nightly vaccination campaign continues throughout December at the Ministry of Health tarmac up to 7 p.m. Mondays to Saturdays. Administration of the HPV vaccine for children begins from 9 years old. So come out, adults, and bring your children to get vaccinated against HPV. But that's not all. Since it's a season of giving, we are gifting back to school supplies to children receiving HPV and COVID-19 vaccines throughout December. Adults, gifts for you too when you are vaccinated at the Ministry of Health, Brickdam, on December 25th, 26th, and 31st from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. For more information, contact us at 226-8171 or 226-3103. Vaccinate what you create. A message from the Ministry of Health and UNICEF.
Heavy-duty equipment owners and mechanics transfer and dispense grease easily, quickly and precisely from 110 to 132 pound drums with a roughneck air-operated mobile grease pump kit from Sylvies. This durable product saves maintenance time, is designed to be portable, and keeps impurities out of your grease drum. Shop now at sylviesonline.com or visit our 31 High and Hatfield Street store. We also deliver. Call or WhatsApp 623-7755 for more info.
Looking to bring your dream home to reality? Or simply taking on a home improvement project? Then National Hardware Limited is where you should start. Let us put that touch to your home. Choose from over 1,000 Berger Paint original hues for any surface. We are known for our trusted brands such as Westinghouse, Philips, Sadco, Rubbermaid, Pyrex, Gibson Home, and so much more. National Hardware Limited, your do-it-best store. Located in downtown Georgetown and industrial site Rhymeville.